Code 41 of the Car Gangs and the Knucklehead Tribe, and you're watching the Trades Special Jam Edition Silverback Open 2017 live from Wayne, Pennsylvania. And who I got here is my man FASTBREAK and Wayne BLIZZ. What's up, y'all? How's everything doing?
Everything is good.
Yeah,
it's good.
Hey, you gotta speak up because you might not be able to speak up.
Everything's good. Everything's good.
So
ask about MC Richie Rich.
Get to that. So first, I want to start off. I know this is not your first time to Silverback, but this is your first time to Silverback.
Yeah, first time.
So what are your thoughts, Wayne, about the Silverback organization and the competition put together?
Well, it's a blessing. I really enjoyed it. It's real nice to see the breakers and dances coming up, kids involved, Silverback doing a great event. Real nice, real nice.
How about you?
For me, I enjoy seeing something that people thought it was a fad that's going to fade out. And now look at it, it's spread out like wildfire. And I love the energy, the drive, the trades and the skills that these guys and girls have participated in and conducted it in such a beautiful manner. I appreciate that. I really do.
So, okay, first question, if you don't know this, you gotta do your research on these guys, but I'm gonna start it off so when was the first time you were exposed to breaking? Like what year and how did you first see it?
When I first saw it, my cousin, we used to have family battles in my house, and it was a cycle. At that time, I didn't know what the word cycle, we was in a circle.
Right.
So my cousin went down, and he did a move, and my brother said, go, Richie, go ahead. And I was doing the robot. So when I went out to the robot, I added something in there by an accident, and I started doing sweeps and helicopters.
Right.
So he was like, where you learn that from? And then I just added some more flavor to it. He said, where'd you learn that from? Because the only time when I saw that one there was from the Zulus. He goes, you've been watching. I said, I don't know anything about those Zulus when I was young. I had no clue what was going on. So then I was like, you know what? Well, if you show me what the Zulus are, maybe I have an idea. Because I'm gonna bring you down there one day if you come around the way. So when he brought me around the Laconia Avenue, where a lot of the cast was in the valley over there by Gun Hill in that area, I was exposed to a lot of cats from the valley, which was like, who's this guy? My cousin was saying, there's this guy, and I was like, wow, I was really feeling that. And then it gave me such a different kind of vibe. It was like, I felt connected to it. And I was like, I want to learn, I want to do this here stuff. So then, the next thing you know, it came up on my block where I saw Little Lep, and then I saw the rest of the 70'S. But then at first I saw my man, Mr. Ed. Mr. Eddie was around the block, and Eddie was doing his thing. So I was like, I gotta learn this here. And I keep putting in the cats doing stuff. Because at the early stage, I did see Beaver. I did hear about Charlie Rock, due respect to him. And how my cousin showed me how to do the drop to the floor, which everybody was like, who told you that? I said, my cousin, I watched him do it, and he showed me how to do it, but then he was like, you did that there like if you know what you was doing. I didn't know what I was doing because I was young at the time. So the next thing you know it, I ran into Mr. Ed, like I said, and the Little Lep and the 70'S came on my block, and then I saw headspins. I never saw headspins. Only headspins I saw was when Fred Flintstone was trying to make Pebbles happy on the cartoons, and I was amazed by that, and I was like trying to do. My mother goes, what you doing? I said, I'm trying to spin my head. You better get your ass off that thing. He's like, sit up straight. My father said, you break your neck, you on your own. So I was curious about it.
Yeah, what year was that?
That was about in 1976, 77.
1976, 77.
75 I started dancing, but I wasn't doing what I saw the cats was doing like 70'S. It came about slow and surely. I came and I gravitated towards it with something that I didn't know how it was coming about. So I just jumped on it because it was something that I thought it was amazing. I thought, and I enjoyed that. But when I saw Little Lep doing them headspins, I was curious, how the hell you do that? He's like, he just laughed. He said, you want to learn? I said, yeah, I want to learn. He said, get on your head and do this. Then I tried to spin out. I almost broke my neck. I said, no, I don't want to try this. I want to try this. But down the road, I got familiarized with it. And I said, Little Lep, check out this. He's like, oh, my man, that nigga did that shit. And I was like, He's like, you got it. And I said, thanks to you, I know how to do that. And Mr. Ed was like, yo, I'm gonna show you some swipes. Because at the time, when back in the days, you couldn't show anybody any kind of moves because it was kind of like more like a protective code status. And it's like, if you show this person something in a crew, and he's on the crew, there was a problem. You either you down with the crew, or you out of the crew. And if you had nothing to do with the crew, there's gonna be a beef between the members that was showing me what I was doing, anybody else was doing, and it would have been a problem. So I didn't say anything, I just watched in the wings like a shorty and absorbed all the energy and all the movements that was going on that made it possible for me down the road of life and dancing.
Alright, how about you, Wayne? How'd you first see Wayne and where?
Well, I got started really watching Soul Train and stuff like that.
Right.
That's how I really got into it, dancing, doing the robot. And actually, I'm from Virginia.
Okay.
My family all lived in New York, so when they brought us up to Virginia for like summertime, check it out, this and that. So around 75, 76, 77, like 76 when we was getting into it. So I was walking from the Bronx and I saw some cats out there. First of all, we used to do all dances, the spank, the freak, the bandu, all them dances. So when this dance came out, we wanted to do that too. And I saw some guys in the Bronx doing it on the low end, sitting around drinking beer and all that. So I just watched it. And then I walked on and I went around my block and told my homeboys, yo, look at this breaking stuff. That was it. And then around in 77 when they had this strike on the train, I walked from the Bronx to Manhattan. I went to this club called Mr. Souls on 115th Street. So I heard the music and I asked this guy, can I go in? He said, yo, it's $1 to get in, but I didn't have $1, so I was walking away. He said, yo, come in, you can check it out this time, the next time it's $1. So my first experience, when I went in there, I saw this guy named Grego. One of the original first breakers. Grego, Donald D. You know, they was a little before me. You know, I was sitting there like checking them out. And I started getting into my own thing. And I was one that never wanted to copy nobody. So from the beginning, I got into my own stuff with the original execution.
Alright, so I'm gonna go straight to it. Best battles you guys had. I'll start with FASTBREAK. Best battle.
The best
For you, what like stood out? Anything could be like you learned something, or you smoked a guy, or just what something off the head. Like, something on your head right now.
The battle stuff for me was in order for me to be who I came to be today. And a lot of cats was like, you know, back then, you know, we had battles, and I remember when my first crew was the Eastside Juniors, and Mr. Freeze had brought Rip 7 around, my man Skeet, God rest his soul, and some other kids, and they battled us. So what happened was, these kids didn't know that what they were in store for. So we battled them, we smoked them. So we had a reputation. So we weren't from the east side, but we was from the south side, Vancouver Park South. So next you know, Mr. Freeze brought some other cats around, which they said, you know, they wanted to battle us, so we didn't know who they were. So it was track 2's brother named Lace, Skeet, some other guys that I couldn't really remember the name from right now, kid named Ray Skeet. And they came through in our area, but my other crew members weren't there at the time. They was all spread out doing their own thing. So they came on our way, and they said, yo, we gonna battle you guys, right? And I said, I guess, I don't know. So they said, yo, you guys gonna meet up on the corner of Brooklyn Avenue. And so I was racing to get the guys together to recruit for this battle. So I got what I had, and we went 4 hours. They beat us, yeah. I accept that, you know. But what made me weak at that time for that battle is I didn't have all these requirements and skills. When I started practicing with Left and Mr. Ed and Flex and Bebop, yo, it was on. I was a funky head hunter, but it didn't take anybody step to me. And to this day, I don't do it no more, but I keep it to myself because honestly, I'm not here to cause animosity of who named who did what, but it's the principle of respect. And I had fun doing it. But battling gave me an experience on how to take it to be a winner or a loser. So it's like, you know what, if you lose today, there's always tomorrow. So I was like, you know what? If I didn't comprehend that when I was young, but today as an adult, I realize that. because it made me stronger, not weaker. So when I teach other kids, there's a lot of cats out there that wanted to learn. I taught a lot of kids my footwork and my style. I gave it away. If God gave me a gift for free to give it away, because honestly, I learned for free, so I might as well pass the torch. So the torch has been lit, and I put it out there. But battling for me was the best thing I ever experienced. And I never ran with a swell head if I lost or I won. But there was a cat out there that gave me a run for my money on the dance floor, which when we was on tour, as we expired ourselves the experience on learning how to be professional dancers, I went out, and this cat was at USA in Queens. And I was like, yo, the cat wanted to see what we had. It wasn't we, it was what I had. So the guy saw me going down, and the next thing you know, he went down after me. So I was like, okay. So then I went down again. So this guy was he was calling me out. So I was like, you know what, what's up? He goes, what's up? He said, like, let's go down. So he was giving me a run for my money, but what happened was that we got too comfortable by being on tour and successful that a lot of us ran with a swell head. I didn't. I just got caught off guard, but he gave me a good run, but then actually I gave it to him back in return. So it was more or less, it was like a neck and neck tie, but then I only say that this guy really put it on my ass, and believe me, he said, I give you your props, you got that, but then he whispered and said, yeah, the guy said, I ripped that nigga in half. And I was like, yo, you didn't beat me, you just gave me a challenge, and I took it. So I can never say, don't never say you beat me, but really, I battled you right here on the subway station, so the battle led to the subway station. So it was gonna go deeper than that. So I just like, you know what, it's all good. I left the station, got on the train, went home. It wasn't a punk to run, but it was an experience because it was looking from out of the club, like the skating ring, onto the platform of the station. So I said, you know what, it's all good. There was no fights to break out. It all took place in Queens, USA in Queens. That's when Rocksteady, when I was down with them, and then I'm in Rockers Battle at that time. So it was like, yo, it was an awesome time to acknowledge from what I did back then to today. And hey, and I passed the torch on in the history and story what led to that scenario. Hey, if you're a good dancer and you got skills, don't ever think that you ain't that you can't be beat. You can. Because we all have our off days. You know what I'm saying? So don't think that if you're gonna go on tour, you're making this money and yet you forget your battle skills. Believe me, cats will check you on the floor. So don't think that you're all that and then some. Because remember, I had an experience, girl. Believe me. A lot of cats thought that they had it like that and they would put money out to the battle. They didn't stand a chance against the other cats like Wayne Blitzen, who was out there in the street, the hitters took over the spot by evolving on the moves that was out there that cats never saw before. So when I did my own research for my own self, I did my soul searching and I ran into Blitzen and they was coming up with some badass moves. And I was like, yo, I was out there, I was doing my thing, and yo, when we ran up in the club out there in Roseland, me and Blitz was going at it and on the floor in footwork style, and it was like we was like match move brothers, but we never had no beef. We were respectful for one another, and we gave each other props. Not like some cats who were running with that urban legend status. Yo, it wasn't like that. We were real cats, real dudes doing what we were doing out there. And it wasn't about, you know, trying to capitalize on who did what for where. Yo, we were just having a great time. You know, we were just experimenting ourselves. We didn't know the repercussions behind all that, but you know, it was an experiment. It was an experience, and the experiment that, you know, we don't have to do what we used to do anymore. A lot of the new guys don't have to do that because honestly, they can take a learn and take some research on what went down Days Future Status.
How about you, Wayne? Name a battle. What's the battle that tactic?
My battle, I had a battle back in the days. I was Zip for the floor at the top. Battle with him. I had a battle with a couple of guys they wouldn't be familiar with. This guy named Bunny. And we used to roll with the Crusaders. And so I had a battle with this guy named Powerful from Brooklyn at the Roseland, real deep. You know, guys that, you know, didn't know too much about us, but when they seen us hit the floor, they knew we were serious. I had a lot of real serious battles, but none really in particular that, you know, really stood out. But my man, when the floor match talks, what I told you, Zip, we had a battle, we went back and forth. A couple other cats, you know, but that's about it, you know. Zip and my man Powerful, And this guy named Bunny, a couple of other guys, Ice Boy, you know, they guys like that from back in the days, but just keeping it real, and that's it with this breaking thing, that's all.
So, if there's any advice you would give to like the next generation, what advice would you give? Actually, no, let me change that. How about this? Or, if you met your 13, 14, 15-year-old self, what would you tell that, you know, yourself back then? If we had a time machine without Brownie, back in time, what would you tell your 15? As you're developing this dance, helping develop this dance, what would you tell yourself back then?
What I would do? I do the Bill and Ted Excellent Adventure on it.
Yeah.
I said, you know what? Check this out. You're gonna do this here. Let me give you some futuristic stuff that you've never encountered of doing, but could benefit to save you in battle and competition. Here's this. Here's that. I would bless him to make sure that he has a lot of confidence and skill and style that it's not like everybody else's, but be very unique in his own way of dancing.
Yeah, just keep it real, do your own style, don't bite people's stuff. Even if you do bite a few things, you change it up, do it your own way. But being most original. That's what the dance thing is about, being original. Because back in our time, we never copied other people. I have original style of footwork that nobody had. Everybody had their little breaking, doing their own thing. Mine was original from 76 on. Never copied, never bit nothing. I'd rather do my own type of stuff than to do other people's stuff, you know, like they do 90s and windmills and different stuff like that. I created my own, like baller windmills, you know, punch up. I used to do stuff like that, but never doing stuff that people was doing. That's what it was about, being original, doing your own thing.
For me, I would like to share the strength of the guys that started me out, the starter kit. My top rock, my man Cisco. I want to thank Little Lep, Mr. Ed, and I want to thank Float for coming under my wing, learning the skills with me and Kid Freeze, with Icy Ice, my boy Bebop, Mr. Flex, and all who came in my sight to want to learn, that helped me pave the way, my skills, strengthened me in dancing. And my man, FASTBREAK Jr., Jeffrey was bad. He was a bad cat, you know, and I miss all them days with this memories and whatnot. But I tell people how it really was, and I don't have to say that the stuff was not real. The stuff was real, the stuff was real is real, you know? And then I thank the Grand Mixer DXT for putting me on spot, on blast, when we was inside Skate Key. And yo, when we was doing that in Skate Key, yo, we took away the New Cat Circle, and yo, it was an old school cypher. We was getting down me, DXT, K1, Fable, Pow Wow, and some other cats. And we was ripping it up. And the cats was trying to come in. We couldn't allow them inside there until we were done, because they didn't know what was going on. At the time when Frosty was alive, Frosty had just left, and there's actually where's Frosty? So he just left, because yo man, that would have been on, because yo, that was fire that night. That was definitely fire. Much respect, God rest Frosty free soul. That was my man. Rest in peace, Frosty. Yeah.
You got any shout outs, Wayne?
Shout out to all the cats from back in the day. New York City, Rocksteady, Scrambling Free,
Dynamic Rockers,
Dynamic, Crusaders, Metro Masters, Flow Master Todd Zip, all them cats that was
Rockwell Association.
Yeah.
You know, Incredible Breakers, Chino and Brian. Those were the two. Freddie Fresh, my man, Sir Swift, and even the poppers like Clown, Fresh Frank, Kalima Muhammad, Magnificent Force. A lot of cats that really paved the way.
Rufus.
And I got to see the Zulu Kings, Charlie Rock, Fuji, you know,
Charlie Rock,
Track, JoJo,
Spy,
Jimmy D, you know, a lot of great ones,
Master Plan Crew.
A lot of guys.
Yo, they just mentioned mad names, so I want you all out there to research these names, do your homework. It's gonna make your style grow, you know what I'm saying? So, do you guys have social media at all? Where can they find you if you have like Facebook or Instagram? You guys have that?
Yeah, we got that.
Alright, so where can they find you at?
FASTBREAK64@gmail.com or FASTBREAK64 Instagram.
Oh, alright.
Wayne BLIZZ 6363. Wayne BLIZZ 6363 gmail.com or Wayne BLIZZ Facebook. Either way you want to put it, right there, it's live.
We there. We're there. We still here for all you new guys. So don't ever feel like you're intimidated by our status. Remember, we were just like you. We were kids too.
Come from. They come from the streets. A lot of y'all was happy enough to do little movies and stuff like that. But that's done and gone. But we still living it, still doing it. We came from the rocks on the streets, the dirt, the grass, glass in your hand, head spins with an afro, in the dirt, whatever. We was doing it, still doing it. We ain't gonna stop till we 80 years old, till you can't move my legs no more, like an old tap dancer.
There you go.
That's how we do it, man. I give props to all the new cats. They doing their thing, but they gonna be hurting tomorrow. They'll be hurting tomorrow. They got it on. They going around making their little money. They need to put us out there to do some judging, calling us for stuff. Cause we the original. We started from here, still here. Why wouldn't you call us for stuff?
You know what?
Why wouldn't?
We can still get done if we get the chance. So don't erase this and throw us under the bus. We still here.
All the original
we're not calling nobody up for no battle, nothing like that. Now we just want to let people know that we still exist. If you can do, people can do TV shows and have judges for them to judge our talent from the street. They should have us to be certified out there too, bro. Don't push us to the side like that. We somebody who made somebody's out there that body to be somebody.
Doing their sport. You have them announcing, at least talking about it, bringing up the original cats for this type of stuff that know what's really going on. These cats from the 90s, 2000s, they know what's going on now. But what about then? It's more than one side of it. 2 or 3 sides, 70s, 80s, 90s to now. So why you gonna put out one and don't put out the other? Somebody who grinded, kept it, fed the world. Yep. Wayne BLIZZ fed the world. A lot of people came around dancing, we stepped off, did their own thing. People from all over the world came and jammed with me, seeing me in the street, bustling when it was cold, winter time, 30 degrees, 20 degrees, looking at me like we was like fools.
Yep, I was there.
Nobody was breaking, everybody souped up, did their little movies and shit like that. Hey, in the street, that's where the street came from. I bet you I can make just as much money as you going around teaching in my street dance. Same thing. I'm teaching the streets. You teaching in the class. The teaching in the class is easy. But come try to do that in the street and how to hustle some money up and live your life, take care of your daughters and your kids for college and all that. You know, that's real right there, man. And we kept it grinding, going from the 70s on. And nobody call us for little, they'll call you for some little bullshit, but when something real come up, man, they turn their head on you. And you wasn't out there in the real, man. You don't know what it's like to get glass in your hand, fighting and scuffling through the snow, running from the cops with drum sets and cops taking your batteries out your radio, taking your tapes, running up and down 56th Avenue, all over New York, all over the world doing this thing. Been to China, Taiwan, Hong Kong, Korea, Morocco, London, South America, Santiago, Chile, everywhere doing it. Never stop. That's the way we keep it real for the street hitters in New York. Clown, Original Flow Committee, everybody.
Don't tell me I don't bring anyone on my show.
That's right.
Don't tell me I don't bring anyone on my show.
Real shit.
The real deal.
FASTBREAK, Wayne BLIZZ.
There you go.
It's right there live. Much respect to all these Rocksteady, New York City, all these cats that keep
Kid
it real.
Freeze, Floor Lords, Little Pookie, you know, representing it. I know the Ground Effects crew from Rhode Island, you know. There's a lot of cats, man. Y'all know who you are. Y'all know who know me, and I know y'all.
We come to your place, call us
I respect all y'all.
646-281-9822, Wayne BLIZZ right there. We want you to call us up. That's how we do it.
All right, that was Propo 1. This has been the Trade Special Silverback Open 2017 Special Jam Edition. You can find more interviews right here on Facebook.com/Freestyle Session Worldwide.
Respect across room, Pole 1.
Respect, Beach 1. Pole Boy, D-Dog Flex.
There you go.
You Silverbacks in the house, y'all.
Silverback.